the majority of people, whether they choose to admit it, are ruled by jealousy. They allow jealousy to control their thoughts and their perceptions of people, and it clouds judgment. It's so stupid. It really is. A video come up last night, and I think his name's Steve, the bouncer from Jerry Springer, the TV show Jerry Springer. And I was just going through some comments because I thought, what is he reacting to? And the amount of people that were trying to sort of dismiss his legacy in some way. Like, they're just trying to make it sound like he's irrelevant. He was only relevant because Jerry Springer. Like, even if that was the case, it doesn't matter how someone got their fame and recognition or their opportunity. And I think that's where it just gets stupid. It's like people always say that you only got this opportunity because of this, or you only that person's the only reason you become successful. It's like, who cares how someone got successful though? If you think of most circumstances, it took a break, doesn't it? It takes some big break where you get your opportunity. You can only do so much yourself. Sometimes a door has to open, whether it's a job opportunity or anything's like that, really, isn't it? Sometimes it's who you know, but sometimes someone takes a leap of faith on you, and it's up to you to take the opportunity. Yeah. So anyway, when I was reading through the comments of the video, and I just thought the people are so ridiculous. Like, I was just watching it, thinking, what does it even matter? You're only there because of Jerry Springer, or people only know you because of that. It's like, I just thought about it, and I just thought, who cares, though? You're only known for that? It's just ridiculous. Look at The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He's only known because he was wrestling, because he got a big break in wrestling. Then he got opportunity to do acting. But you still have to put yourself in a position to be able to get the opportunity, and then you also have to be good enough to sustain it. Unbelievable people. And it's clearly jealous. It's clearly jealousy, isn't it? It's jealousy that overrides people's thought processes, and it's just I find it wild. We just look. People might recognise him now just by seeing his name. Oh, Steve. Yeah, Steve from Jerry Springer. Now, I'm not up with a lot of American TV shows. I don't know every show on the TV, but I do remember him having his own show, and it says that the Steve Wilkos show. If someone's put a comment, yeah, you're right, Steve. You're right, Steve, but I don't think you have your own show without Jerry. It's like, well, he has. He's got his own show. What are you people talking about? Without Jerry Springer, you're just a bouncer. Again, who cares? I just don't understand why people take so much time and effort to target someone and diminish their legacy or the success. It's like, what is this? It all comes from jealousy, doesn't it? It's unreal. Because someone isn't doing anything with their life, they're jealous of someone that is. And again, if someone has an opportunity because it's someone from someone they know, or someone recognised some talent in them or something, it's like, again, you had to be in that connection. You had to put yourself there. So I really don't think it matters how the hell you get your big break. What matters is what you do when you get it. That's what matters, isn't it? But even then, who cares? It's like, it's for us to live our own life. You can live a life where you're in the spotlight. You can live a life where it's far more, it's far more serene. You don't need to always be in the spotlight. So it really depends how someone wants to live their life. But there's too many people focusing too much on other people's lives rather than their own. So you could have someone that works 68, 80 hours a week, and then they'll really despise someone who doesn't do anywhere near that. And it's like, because they're always projecting their own misery onto other people. And that's where the problem is with people. If you don't like it, don't do it. Now, the other person will make an excuse and say I can't work for less because of my bills and stuff. You don't think everybody has bills? If you can't sustain a lifestyle where you can live, on a balanced life, then that's your own fault. So if you've got a partner, for instance, who just drains all your finances, that's your own fault if you're going to consider someone that just considers material things as happiness, and you have to work yourself to death to sustain that relationship. That's up to you if you think so little of yourself. If you have to have fancy things to make you feel like your life has meaning and substance, and you want to kill yourself to have those things, and you want to sort of live your life where you're just working, and then you've got such little time to actually enjoy the things you acquired, that's up to you. So if material possessions and superficial relationships are really the what you strive for in life, then kill yourself for it, by all means. But don't feel judgmental of those that don't. And again, it goes full circle. People are really, really, they're just mirrors, So someone, when you see these comments, immediately just looking at someone that's jealous, aren't you? Without Jerry Springer, you're just a bouncer. Tell me you're miserable without telling me you're miserable. You know what I mean? It's you sad bastard. So yeah, I think people are pathetic. So let's go through some comments. Let's have a look how more pathetic people exist. Without Jerry Springer, we never knew who Steve Whitty. Okay, you know him from the show. Why keep pressing it though? Like, how do you know you wouldn't have known him later? How do you know he wouldn't have got a career opportunity? Everyone comes from somewhere, don't they? You look at these singers, for instance. They leave it all, like especially in the country music. They leave their small town. They go off to Tennessee, Nashville, and they try to have their big break. They don't all make it. Some have to go home, but some manage to get their big break. And then somewhere along the line, someone's seen their talent, whether it's a demo disc, whether it's just word of mouth, whether it's they've just done a gig in a small little venue, and like a talent agent has seen them. Either way, someone's seen someone somewhere, and that big break come from something. And you would argue that, let's say you was in some small tavern or something, and you was at a bar and you was singing there. Someone could easily say, "Well, if you weren't there, you wouldn't have had your break." It's like there's always going to be someone that comes up with some reason as to how you got it, and if it weren't for that, you wouldn't have it. And it's like, okay, let's more focus on the fact you do know his name, though, don't you? And you are commenting on their video. Let's focus more on that rather than how they got there. At the end of the day, if you're that bothered about it, it's like let's recognise this. That we know who Steve is. We don't know who this guy is, Bob. Let's go on Bob's account. I don't think it's going to let me. Can we find Bob? Oh, God damn it. This app's so crap.
So Bob writes,
yeah,
without
Bob.
Jerry Springer.
Let's go and find Bob.
Let's
find Bob. Oh, Bob's got 24 followers. No, I did wonder that. It's ridiculous. Not even using their real name. They've got 24 followers, and they're spending their time being hateful to someone who does have followers, and people do know their name. Does that not reek of desperation and jealousy? Like, that's completely ridiculous, isn't it? This is what the internet's based on. I wouldn't even spend your life worrying about what people think, honestly. I think the majority of people are insecure dipshits, and that's life. Why has it got this thing now? I wanted the comments.
Without Jerry Springer.
Oh, let me just come back onto my profile and see if we can get it back, because yeah, don't know why the app does that. TikTok's crap on the desktop. Right, let's have a look, see what other idiots exist. Dude's a legend. Why the hate? Hello from the Highlands of Scotland. Hell yeah. You know, I mean, I'm not familiar with his whole brand, but I do know him from the TV show, and I do remember him having his own spin-off show. He had something, I can't remember though, because again, I'm not in the US, and I don't see much daytime TV and all this. But, you know, I'd never dismiss someone's achievements. And like he's saying, we'll talk about the video here, actually. Let him talk.
So Bob writes, without Jerry Springer, you're just a bouncer. I don't know. I was a Marine. I was a police officer before I ever was a bouncer on the Jerry Springer show. And here's a little thing most people don't know. Jerry didn't hire me on the Jerry Springer show. Jerry didn't pick me to get my own show that's been on the air for 18 years now. Me and Jerry were close. We were friends, and he was very nice to me. But Jerry didn't pick me to do those things. So I think I'd have been just fine in my life if I never started working on the Jerry Springer show. I'd have been okay, even if I was just a bouncer.
Exactly. What you do doesn't define you, but I think how you represent yourself does. And an idiot spouting shit on the internet really isn't really admirable, is it? You know, I don't think anyone cares. Someone else put that. What idiot writes nonsense? Exactly what I'm saying there. And the fact that he's responding, like Steve's responding, makes him a great man. And someone else made a point that they used to rush home to watch his show. The real fans know exactly who and what you represent. Jerry Springer was a bonus with lots of good laughs for everyone. Always made us smile or laugh when the ladies flirted with you. You know, I remember the Jerry Springer show, and I quite liked it. It was quite outlandish, wasn't it? And it was good on there, you know. Yeah, I hate people that are just entirely negative for no reason apart from the fact that they have nothing going on in their life, so they have to try and destroy someone's reputation. Um, it's pathetic, isn't it? So yeah, who are you? Whoever you are, I wish you good luck in whatever you do. God bless. And someone's he said Batman. Thank you for your service. Steve, it's sad the world is full of jealous haters. You and Jerry are good people. The show was great. You all make them laugh and forget their own problems for an hour a day. The guy's just a hater. Exactly. The guy commenting is just a moron. Yeah, Bob sounds jealous or small chance, but maybe Bob was a guest on Jerry Springer and Steve must have made a joke about Bob, and now Bob can speak his mind. Bob can speak his mind hidden behind a freaking, is it a raccoon or something, or a ferret, and a fake name? Oh, God. And doesn't even create content apart from leave shitty comments. As you can see, though, I don't have comments enabled on my videos, only because I've recognised that I make videos and I keep moving on. I haven't got time to keep going back to old videos, and I can't be bothered listening to an idiot. I'd rather try to get people to focus on watching the entirety of a video rather than watch 10 seconds and comment. It's like, you know what? You can invest, you can't invest, but either way, if you want to create content, I'll see it somewhere on TikTok if it wants me to see it. That's how I create. That's how I think, you know? This isn't me hiding. It's just saying, if someone wants to create content, create content. You know, don't just leave shitty comments and think you've won an argument or you've made a point. It's like that. You've only got so many letters to do that. I'd rather just create content. If I see it, I see it. That's what I do. I create content so other people can create content. So it doesn't silence anyone when I speak. It just, you go do your own stuff. Steve's still a multi-millionaire, no matter how jealous people may be. You go, Steve. Exactly. Like, who cares what other people think? But yeah, anyway, I think this is just a good example of people projecting their misery onto others to try to dim their light. And as Steve says, you know, he's done other things. He's been in the Marines. He's obviously been a bouncer, as it was stated. But he's also been a police officer. He was on the Jerry Springer show, and he's got his own show. Sounds like a successful life to me. And I just wonder what Bob's done. You know, and it's like, in all honesty, I couldn't give a shit what Bob's done. You know, and that's the reality. I think that's the thing that bothers people, isn't it? Because their life's irrelevant to an extent. They haven't done anything for someone to recognise it, apart from just spout misery. And it's like, that's not going to gravitate people to you in a positive way, is it? And it's hardly creating something of a legacy. So I'm all for it. So I will tag both. I'll try to tag both in. Maybe Bob doesn't allow tags, but I'll tag Steve and we tag Bob, and people can go to see the video and the content themselves and see what you think.